The circle I cut out and it didn't work at all. This is made into a skirt again. On front it's really nice. Now I could sleep. I'm not certain yet if it will work. I'm so excited. Oh, it looks so cool. Hello everyone, I'm Claudia and I document my projects here on YouTube, and in this video I'm going to show you how I'm making a skirt for a Japanese inspired outfit. I was on holiday in Japan this year and the fashion there is so cool. I really have to say, it's absolutely gorgeous. This voluminous things they wear and the silhouette it creates speaks to me very much. And I want to create my own outfit. And for that I'm going to create a skirt, a trouser for underneath, a blouse and a jacket. And in this video I show you how I make the skirt. I'm sketching out all the ideas I have in my head, and they are fueled by Pinterest, by the magic pattern books and other sewing books I brought home from Japan. I really like the one with the holes in it. I think it is intriguing and will create interesting shapes. In the refined sketch you also see a potential blouse I could make to combine with the skirt, but more on that in a future video, I guess. Let's get into fabric. This is an old bedsheet for my test, and I put it on the dress form just as a gathered rectangular skirt. And I'm cutting out different sizes of holes and gather them with a loose basting stitch, and with that I get an idea on what I want to do next. I tested out several things and I really like what the big circle here does. I think it gathers it very nicely and gives it an interesting volume. This is like this big of a circle I cut out, and the smallest I think is this one, and I think the impact is very minimal. I have now two options, this stripy fabric, and this is more one color more or less. It is naturally dyed, as you see here in my latest video, and I think the stripy one could be interesting when it collects the fabric and distorts the stripes. I think that could be interesting. What I like about this one without the stripes is it is heavier than the one with the stripes. Dramatic effect I want will be even better with a heavier fabric. So I'm going to test the circle thingy on both fabrics without cutting out the circle, actually just by pulling it together, and we'll see us again then. When I first made the circles in the two fabrics, I was certain I'm gonna use that because I liked how it distorted the lines in the fabric with the circle and the gathering. However, when I put it on the mannequin, I really liked the other one better because when I saw them on the mannequin, I was able to reflect what was important to me, and the important part for me is that the gathers are visible, that the holes are visible. So I think that will have the impact of the skirt, and less that stripes are distorted, and with this quite busy fabric you won't see that really. I am making a basic rectangular gathered skirt and I'm using as much of the fabric as I can. However, I have to cut away 50 centimeters of the fabric on the end for the waistband, pockets and bias tape. The fabric is 10 centimeters longer than the length I want for the skirt. I'm going to cut away that as well. I have here my skirt panel. I'm going to close the back seam with a French seam and then I'm going to gather the top to put it on the dress form to start with the circles. I'm first ironing the seam open and then second I am ironing it to one side. This is going to make it easier to sew the French seam. Now I'm ironing it from the other side, so afterwards I can finish my French seam. This fabric frays quite a lot, that's why I'm overlocking the top. And then the next step is to add the gathering stitches to put it on the dress form. I am going to lengthen my stitch line on the largest setting, which is 5 millimeters, I think. Yeah, 5 millimeters. And then I do 2 gathering stitches, which makes it easier to gather the fabric. I wasn't quite sure what to do next, but I think I have a plan now. I have gathered everything all around and now I'm going to put in a flat waistband in the front and an elastic in the back. So I'm going to do that after I went for a walk with the little one. I have here my skirt and this is gonna be my waistband. I'm going to iron on this waistband interfacing until the point where the elastic is gonna be. The waistband is so far attached. I left it open here a bit and now I found exactly how far these two need to go. Pinned it, cut it out, and now I'm first going to close this seam here and then I can attach the rest of the waistband to the waist. And the next step will be to add the elastic and then to close it up. I have it on and now I have to measure this distance. It is about, where is my, on the floor. From here to here, I think about 10 centimeters. So that's how long my elastic has to be, and it has to stretch to 20 centimeters. I think that should work. This is it for today. I'm going to close up the waistband by hand because I really love doing that by hand. I think it looks a lot nicer. I'm attaching first the elastic. I'm first attaching the elastic and then I'm going to close it up inside by hand, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Bye bye!
One eternity later.
Good morning. It has been just a few seconds for you, a couple of days for me. I did close the waistband that evening and also inserted the elastic, and it didn't work at all. And I was quite ashamed that it didn't work. I told myself I should have known, I am experienced, I sew since a long time, why didn't I know, why didn't it work? And then realized that there is no point in shame. It is normal. That happens to everyone in every line of work. It's just normal to make mistakes and you get over them and start new. And I already worked on my mistakes. I opened up the skirt again and I inserted the zipper in the back, just a normal zipper that I have. I still have to close the hole below the zipper by hand, and then this is ready to be made into a skirt again. I also decided that I want to insert the pockets now, because like that I will be able to sew them into the waistband and not attach them afterwards, and they will be more sturdy and can be bigger, which is always a plus. And we're gonna do that now. And by the way, I really love my outfit today. It is absolutely my aesthetic, and I want to do more outfit like that. And I think the skirt I'm doing will also fit in very nicely. Let's insert the pockets. To put my hand in, I want there to be a circle, which I really think is fun to do. So I already did this one, let's do the other one. To create this circle inlet, I'm putting that right hand side on right hand side, and I'm going to sew along this circle. Everything is clipped, now I can turn it around and iron it. I pinned it, and now I'm going to top stitch it down, and with that it makes sure that the lining stays inside. So the pocket is also going to be gathered here, but not here. I want that part to go into the waistband without gathers. That's why I'm going to secure this with a stitch up here, and here I'm going to cut in, then turn everything around and secure it with just a light stitch, so I can open it up when I attach the waistband. Next step is to secure this one, overlock around here, and then the pockets are finished. The pockets are finished, and here you see it from front. It's really nice, and I also went ahead and added the gathering stitches, 2 rows of the longest stitches I had. I had just lunch, and now I could sleep. No, not really. I have new energy for the afternoon, and I'm going to make the waistband. I really like how this trouser sits and how the belt sits, so I'm going to take that to measure how wide my waistband should see. That's 81, let's say 80.5, 81 centimeters. The interfacing is 83 centimeters long, that's perfect. I'm going just to use this interfacing part of the waistband and have enough. Also, one side is going to be ironed flat again, and then I can mark the different things like the front, middle and the side seams. The middle front, the pockets. I really like it so far. The pockets are spacious. It has nice volume. I like it. I also like that there is this big volume in the front. Next step, I'm going to finish the waistband. For that I have to make here the closure and also put the pockets in the waistband so that they can really hold a lot of weight. And then I can start with what I want to start with doing the skirt with the holes and all that stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. Today I can start transform the skirt into something interesting. And I first have to test how to close the holes. And I'm going to do that with my mock-up fabric where there are already holes in. I want them to look as if only gathered, so not too many seams or something. I have an idea how to achieve that, but I'm not certain yet if it will work. And if it doesn't, I'm going to work with a seam, but we'll see how it turns out. I didn't really explain exactly what I'm going to do. I am gathering it with a loose basting stitch and then stitching it in like a hem, so folding it over and then loosely stitching it to the fabric so you don't see it on the other side. And then the last step is to put in a ribbon, which would help to secure it better. I hope it's clear. I'm not even sure if it's clear to me. I really like the placement here in the front. I'm not so certain about the back. I think that's going to happen while doing. And I'm going to start with the big one here. I like the asymmetry it gives and also the bulk. I think that's going to be quite a big circle. I'm going to mark it with pins on the upper and the lower level to see where it starts and should end, and then making a circle out of it on the table because it's easier. Let's start. Let's take out the gümmelis and start with the first circle. I'm so excited. I'm going to gather it at the machine. Gathering stitch is now in place and I'm going to gather it up. It's time to fold it over and start sewing it on.
A few frustrating moments later.
Hi there, that didn't work at all and I am such a good YouTuber. I forgot to film when it didn't work and already started on the solution. It's not finished. I'm quite glad I realized at some point that I should have filmed that. I'm showing you now what I'm doing instead. I am just pinning it around, and of course this is smaller than the fabric below around because it's a circle and the inside of the circle has less circumference than the outside of the circle, so I will have to sew it with wrinkles, and that's fine. And with that I can insert a ribbon later, and yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'm going to sew it now. I pinned all around and I'm leaving an opening down here for the ribbon. Let's see if that worked by adding a ribbon. I have it here on the wrong side, so I'm not going to look at it. Let's just a second. I have to position the camera and then we'll see how it looks. I'm going to put it on from the back so you see it first. Oh, it looks so cool! Oh, it looks so cool! Wow! Oh, and it doesn't matter at all that there is a seam. It really doesn't matter at all. I have to try it on. I really have to. It looks so cool, also from above, and that you see the trouser. It's so cool. I mean, it's still far too long. I think I have to do something for that, but
Moments later.
I'm going to do it the same way as before. I mark it up and down, I'm gonna cut it out and finish it like I did this one, which works really good. And the plus is, with the way I'm doing it now, I don't have to hand sew it also. I can go on quite fast, I think. I think this looks really cool. The silhouette it's creating is very avant-garde. I really like it. I'm not quite sure if it's cool. Oh, now that I see those below there, that's really cool. And also the volume it creates, I really love it. And it won't be a perfect circle, but that's fine. I think the silhouette is gonna be really cool like that. This oval is very long. I'm still going to do it because I think it creates the really nice silhouette. Yeah, it is what it is. I like it like that. It's my concept. I can do whatever I want. I have here my oval, and the question that remains is, will it turn into a circle? And then I think we'll see each other in the reveal. Before that, I will make sure to have nice ribbons in the same color, and also I have to change up the closure up here. It's gapping too much. And then I'm done. I really love how the skirt turned out. It is a great addition to my autumn and winter wardrobe. And on that note, the next part of the Japanese-inspired outfit will come a bit later in autumn, because summer is back in Europe. After a rainy and cold July, it is hot again. Therefore, it is time to make a breezy shorts. And if you don't want to miss the blouse video in autumn and also my next video, please subscribe and see you then. Bye!